Room full of women and I'm feeling like the man. Cup for the liquor, I'm dizzy, can barely stand. A couple mama rappers that I never understand. Tonight I'm feeling lucky, so fuck it, I take a chance. My girl in the corner, she looking too damn good. She want a girl herself, so fuck it, it's understood. Cup in her hand, so I got her right. She got a couple numbers, but the end.
This is Juhhad Leone, and this is Tidewater Waves.
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, can't complain.
Blessed.
Yeah. So appreciate you pulling up first and foremost.
Facts. And I appreciate you, bro. This is an opportunity for me. It's like that's my first interview ever, so I appreciate you.
Dope. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I love hearing that. You know, it's something that you can always stand by.
Facts.
You know, people, moving on with their careers, and so dope.
Yeah, you always gonna be something they remember. So. Facts. I remember this. It was like, I remember we was all in the library kicking it. It was like, now you're doing this and that, so I'm appreciate this, bro.
Around the world, yes, sir. Yeah. So we can start off. Who are you? Is that's like your rap name? Mm-hmm. Okay. So who are you? Where are you from?
Well, I go by Juhhad Leone. I'm from a place y'all probably ain't never heard of, but y'all gonna know it. Like sooner or later, it's called Northumberland County. It's in the northern neck area. So not only do I represent Northumberland County, it's like 5 other counties I represent. It's like you got to hold down for like this county and that county because we won't get too many. So in fact, when I get out, I'm just not representing home, but like the bigger picture.
Okay, dope. So how'd you get started into the music?
So my dad was a DJ. My mom has always been into like literature. My mom was an English professor. She also did poetry like that. But my dad, like I said, DJ. My older sister, she can sing. She also can play keyboard. But I say the key to me really getting into rap was just trying to be like my older brother. I don't know if you got older brothers or not, but anybody, you want to be like your older brother. And he was rapping. At this time, I'm like 5-ish, 6-ish. I'm like in like elementary school. And he was a part of this crew. And they used to go to Jersey, but everybody knew who they was back home. Like they was darn near famous, like hood famous. And it's like, he was so cool to me. So I used to sit outside his door because my mom didn't let me listen to music with cussing in it. So I used to have to sit outside the door while he played like DMX. I remember he had a DMX, he had Jadakiss, Bone Thugs first album, Eve first album. He used to play them joints. So I would try to listen through the door and remember the words. Cause when my mom wasn't there, he used to sneak me in. He'd be like, come on, listen. And I used to thought I was cool, whatever. I used to rap the words and he'd be so impressed. So then that was my first taste of rap. And then when I got older, I just wanted to be like him more. But I was like, I couldn't rap at all. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get into production. I wanted to make beats. But then like in 7th grade, that's when we got to like writing poetry, whatever. And my teacher, her name is Miss Bailey. She gave us a thing called a haiku, and it's like a certain way to write a haiku. I could never get it.
The poetry.
The Japanese joint, yeah. So it's a certain way because you got to write it. It's like I can't do it with words, but it's like you write it like this. And so I didn't know how to write it, and she was like, she got on me one day, and I went home and asked my mom, who's also an English professor. I was like, yo, Ma, how do you write a haiku? So she gave it to me in a way I could understand, which was rap, and it was the opening line of Be Hypnotized. And it was like, those first few lines is how I learned how to write that type of poetry. So then the next year, that's when all the dudes started rapping. We was beating on desk and whatnot. And I saw those dudes rapping and the girls was giving them dudes attention. And the type of dude I am, if I'm gonna do something, I gotta be the best at it because you're not gonna get more attention than me. So I was like, forget making beats, I'm gonna start rapping. And then since that day, bro, I just trying to be the best rapper. Like it don't matter where I go, it don't matter what city I'm going to try to be the best rapper. No disrespect to nobody else, but you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this so long, it's to the point like I'm done programmed to be the best in my head that you can light them up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dope. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So what type of rapper are you? Lyrical bass or just kind of bop?
I used to be lyrical bass. I'm still like the basis of my art is still the words. Like I said, I come from a poet, so it's always gonna be lyrical bass. But with my music lately, it's been more feel. Like I'm always gonna give you bars, but it's just like sometimes I'm like, let me dumb it down. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little bop in there too. And it's like, but it's not too much bop. It's like I'm a chameleon. So wherever you need, you can fit me in. If you need to put me on a trap record, you can put me on a trap record. If you need me on a lyrical record, I can do it all. It's like, cause I study hip hop, so I learn like different styles, whatever. It's like I can fit into any type of rap because I can just be myself because I love all types of rap.
Dope. Okay. So yeah, speaking of all different types, you know, what are some places you pull inspiration from?
You want me to give you names or?
Names, genres, yeah.
Well, let me just start with names. So let me see, top 5 rappers that I draw attention, I draw like my attention to detail from. Lupe Fiasco was always my first favorite rapper, still to this day, because I grew up around like the hood dudes, but I was never a hood, and so did Lupe. Like I used to like skateboard and robots and anime. He was the same way. Like he grew up in the hood, so but he wasn't into that. So he kind of spoke to me. Same thing with Kanye West. Like Kanye to me is the greatest black musician, just greatest musician because he just draws from so many things. Next, him and Quincy Jones are like the 2 greats, but like Lupe, Kanye, Jay of course, but Jay didn't really get that for me till I got older and I had to live his lyrics. So yeah, Jay got that 3rd spot. And then 4th and 5th has got to be Kendrick and Cole because I still play 2014 Forest Hill Drive and To Pimp a Butterfly like they came out yesterday. But Good Kid, Mad City came out my senior year, and I swear that and 2014 Forest Hill Drive both like described my life at the time. Like I literally have lived those albums, so they live with me. So yeah, that's my 5. Genre wise, hip hop is my like first love. Like it's never left. It's still there. Jazz, and anything that's good. It really don't gotta be like a certain genre, but hip hop, of course, just the culture, not just the music, but the culture of hip hop. But all types of music, if it's good, it's good. It don't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right, okay. So you sound like a real student of, I'm not going to say the game, but like music in general. You know, just keeping your ears open, being able to curate. So let's talk about this new project.
Facts.
And yeah, you know, you can get into that, the inspiration behind it, and when can we expect it?
So the name of the album is called Things Get Better. And it comes out October 17th. The reason I chose the title Things Get Better, because that wasn't the original title. It had 2 titles before that. It was first title was like Love and Other Imaginary Things, and the other one was like the New Adventures of the Old Me. But Things Get Better I was in Texas over the summer, and oh my God, it was so hot. And I was sleeping in the tent because I'm military. And oh my God, bro, we was out there for 3 weeks, and it was the worst time of my life. And it was just one of those days, bro, where I was about to break down, like I can't do this stuff no more. And I just sat on the edge of my little bunk, because we wasn't sleeping on bed, we was outside the tent, and I was like, yo, things get better. And then something said, yo, write that down. So I wrote it on a piece of paper that I had, and it had things get better. And I looked at it, I was like, take out the space between the letters. So it's like literally all the words bunched together. And I was like, yo. And then I already had the album done. Me and my engineer, we took 3 songs. All of it was like, we keeping those, the rest of them go. We're starting a whole new album. And it's just gonna explain like from me growing up to being 18 and being 24, 25, and just my like how I view life, like certain situations. Like one thing, like of the main topics on the album is relationships. In relationships, we don't really look at what we did wrong. We're like, man, that person did that, or this girl did that, that boy did that. I'm like, no, I'm like, let me address my wrongs, or like just certain situations, not even that, like just certain things in my life. I'm just like, yo, if I could go back and tell the younger Juhhad or Jordan, whatever, anything else, I'm like, yo, things get better, bro, because it's a motto. You can tell yourself with that, and you're like, yo, things gonna get better.
Yeah, let's talk. So how many songs you got?
We recorded 45. I'm trying not to get out. I'm not keeping 45. I'm not keeping 45.
You on some Chris Brown shit?
Not even that, bro. We're recording 2 years. So it's like, it's just 2 years, and I'm very in the moment with my music. I don't drop that music much off, and that's my one thing my friends always get on me, like, yo, can you drop music? And it's like, I always put in the chat, they were like, we're not trying to hear it no more. If you're not gonna put the music out, stop giving it to us, because we tired of you not putting this music out. And it's just like, every 6 months I change. So it's like, you might get this sound from me 6 months. Okay, cool, put the project out. As soon as I put the project out, well, I'm off of that. Let me go into another sound. And it's just like, nah, finally I just sat down and was like, yo, I'm going to put something out, but I'm going to put every part of me. Like, the album is structured, so it's like young me, young me failing, then it's like the come up, and then I finally, it's like the last part is like, okay, this is where it's all come from. So you literally get like a part of me. Every song has a meaning. It's just not a bunch of random songs. Like everything was inspired from something in the past.
Gotcha. See, I thought you say you recorded that 45 after.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
no,
crazy.
Nah, and plus now I work at I learned how to audio engineer, so it's like I don't have to wait on anybody no more. That was one thing I always said I want to do was learn how to audio engineer. Cause I got tired of paying dudes, so it was like I just sit in the studio. Like my classes, I don't have early morning classes. I'm not an early morning person, but for what I want, I'm gonna wake up early. Yeah, so like let's say I don't got classes till like 2 or 1, I'm in the studio at the school, like in Norfolk State. Shout out to Norfolk State too, because they are a big help because I have access to a full HD studio thanks to Gerald Thompson. So it's like he's like, yo, you can be here, use it. He's like, use it like it's yours. So I'm in there from 9 in the morning, like first thing. As soon as that building open, I'm with that code at that door, and it's like I'm in there till about like 1, and I go to class till about 3 or 4. And then I'm right back in there till 8 o'clock at night till the police got to kick us out the building. So it's just like, even sometimes we not even record, we just lay on the floor, just listening to beats or just sitting there silent. So it's like, I just had hella time. Like,
yeah, word, okay. So who is we? You got like a team that you record with, or?
Not really. It's like me and my 2 very close friends. Aaron Brown, he's an engineer, and he's been teaching me how to engineer myself, so I can be fully independent. And my homeboy Juan, he goes by Director Juan. He's really dope with the camera, and Aaron is very dope with the like when it comes to engineering. And it's just like both of them really helped out with this album because neither charged me a dime, and really I probably owed them both like $1,000 each. Word. But they just believe in the dream. Like I told them, when I presented to him, I was like, yo, I got this project. I was like, yo, bro, I really need help with it. And I was like, yo, it's like, what it's called? Like, Things Get Better. And I just told them like what it was. And both of them was like, yo, I got you. And neither one of them had charged me a thing. And they're working on it like as if, like, you know what I'm saying? It's their project, which is like, that was an inspiration. Like I said, I was about to go like not drop an album. It was like a couple of days ago, I was like, man, forget this music stuff. I'm not doing it no more. And then I was like, that's not fair to them. So then it's like, all right, now I got to drop it because so many people. And it's like, not even a team, but like I said, my professor, Gerald Thompson, is like, he believed in us so much, it'd be selfish of me, you know what I'm saying, not to keep pushing. And just all the people that sung on it, like, that's one thing about being at the school. The school is in the fine arts building, so it's like choir students are there. And I would catch them by the door. And there's so many choir students just singing little background notes in the album. So it's like,
that's dope. You know
what I'm saying? So it'd be selfish of me not to drop the album. Yeah. But it's like, when you are an artist, bro, you're so sensitive about your stuff. It's like, I don't want to put 2 years of music out and somebody like it. But yeah, so that's my team. My team is me, God, and the homies. For real.
Word up. So this is your first, you said it's a project album?
It's my first album. But that's the thing. Everybody knows I rap, but I only have 1 mixtape out. Technically, I only have 1 mixtape out. I got a couple singles, and that dropped 2 years ago. And
the mixtape?
Yeah, the mixtape dropped 2 years ago. And I have not been dropping, and everybody's like, yo, drop some music. And I was like, no, I don't feel like drop music. I'm gonna do these little freestyle videos on Instagram. Everybody knows me. That's what most people know me is just from the Instagram videos, is me just taking whoever beat. And I'm like, bro, this little local dude gonna tear your beat apart. Everybody knows I can rap. That's why this album to me was important, not to over rap, but be musical. So, yeah, so that was 2 years ago. And I had like I had 2 big singles on there, and both of them were unexpected. So like I said, God bless that I had good enough music on there to last me 2 years to buy me some time.
Right. Okay. So yeah, you already look into the future in terms of, because you got all these songs already in the vault. You're like planning out, like, all right, I'm gonna drop this and follow up with a sequel.
The funny part is, bro, I know I'm not. I'm pretty sure them songs are never gonna be heard, and it's not even because they're not good enough. It's just I move on so fast because not in my attention span, like what I look forward to do, because I grow. Like I want my music to grow with me. Like the sound that's on this album is cool. I know it can last me because it's so many like. It's not even boosting myself up when I say literally every song, the 2 songs that was on my mixtape, every song on there because it's so deep and so like beautiful and well constructed. Because I was learning things when I was recording, which is another thing when you asked me how I had a team, about being around the choir students and being around like the professors, and professors was walking into our sessions and be like, you need to do this, because I was learning, because I don't know nothing about music. All I know is how to put words together. I know how to make a dope song, but it's so much the music I learned. Like, I didn't know nothing about keys. I didn't know nothing about chord progressions, or just certain little stuff that they all knew because they've been singing since they was small, whatever. All this stuff to me, like, it was brand new. So I came in a whole new world with this project. So, like, I'm learning so much. And then plus, by Aaron teaching me engineering. So it's like, I just learned so much. I forgot what the original question was. It was a reason I went off to that. What was the original question?
I done forgot.
It was a reason I went into that.
Yeah, it was you looking forward to like
Oh yeah. So I'm steady learning, was basically what I was saying. I'm learning so much about music. It's like I'm gonna look back months from now at the songs I have, and they're dope songs. It's like I'm not gonna wanna, I done grew so much. So a lot of the things we were doing on this album were taking old songs that I never put out and just remaking them with the knowledge that we have now. Like, 'cause I'm on YouTube always learning. I'm in the studio learning. I'm in classes learning from people who know more than me. So it's like, I'm not gonna like those songs 2 months from now, not because they're bad, it's just because I know so much more than I knew yesterday. Mm-hmm. And that was the biggest thing with this album, was learning.
Gotcha. So speaking of learning, let's go back to NSU. What do you study there?
I'm studying mass communications, and my school is dope, man. They help me out a lot. That's one thing about HBCUs that don't get enough credit. We are a family, and it's like Norfolk State has provided a whole studio. Like, where I'm from, my first studio that I ever had was, I was working at this ice cream spot, right? And I had bought one of those small laptops. I'm talking about so small, it didn't even have the CD drive. And I got like $100 mic from Best Buy. And I used to have this closet. I used to walk in this closet, whatever, and I used to record there. So when I got to Norfolk State, that was the first time I ever seen a professional studio. Like, it's like great. And it's like, we don't appreciate it. Like, people don't appreciate it. But Norfolk State provides so much. Like, they have a whole TV studio. So like, if I want to get interviewed, one of the students can interview me there. They have a whole television production studio. They have like a whole studio for me to do Photoshop, and they provide shows. Like right now, they got Norfolk State has had me done the spring concert twice. This year they had me open up the homecoming for like Dirk and the Yang Twins and Q the Fool. Yeah. So it's like that's right after my album dropped. So and then that on top of the studio, and then just the people, it's the support system, because they support. If Norfolk State like students see you working, they're gonna help. Oh, and also the radio station. Shout out to Mr. Doug, who works over there. He was like, yo, you got music? Make sure it's clean. Make sure the content is good. I'm putting it on. So it's never like Norfolk State is going to help you. A lot of people don't realize that those things are there, but you got to talk. And that's, I don't know, I can't speak for a lot of schools, but I know my school personally has been a big part of this album process.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, and I like that you highlighted the HBCU part, because I feel like it's kind of been some talk in the sports world, and just always talk about, the recognition and really, investing not even money, but just your, whatever your gifts are to these, schools that, provide that, such a community, resources. So that's dope.
That's why I said, I made sure I said an HBCU, because we was having a conversation not too long ago, and it was like about sports, like why do these kids go to the big white schools? Because back in the day, they used to go to the HBCUs. You know how much money we could bring if the Zion Williamson was to come to a Howard instead of a Duke. Like back in the day, that was the thing. You go to a HBCU because that's what a cool place to be. And it's like we don't highlight our schools enough. And when people think of HBCUs, or especially like a state school like North, they think, oh, poor, ghetto, whatever. No, my school is lit. Like I can't speak for your other HBCUs, but from what I've seen, they're just as lit. Like even when we go to homecomings, like I'm about to go down south to A&T, they treat you like you're a family when you're down there, even though you go to a different school. It's like a big cookout whenever you go to a HBCU.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's like you going to school with your cousins. Like that's really what it is. It's kind of like a big high school.
Yeah. So speaking of cookouts and gatherings, let's talk about this listening party you got.
Oh, facts. So I wanted to do an intimate session because a lot of the songs on there are intimate. There's some turn up songs on there, but most of it is intimate. So I just wanted to give people anybody who got an invite was people that influenced me somehow. Like, you got an invite because I see you out here working, and just creatives inspire me. So I made sure to send everybody who I deem, even if you physically didn't put nothing on there, just seeing what you do inspires what goes in me. Because I got that idea. I had an ex, cool, she's real cool, but yeah, she inspired a lot of the songs on here. We no longer talk, but she started a business, a furniture business, and I watched her build this from the ground up, and it reminded me of when I first started rapping, and people would tell me, yo, you suck, and people used to take my CDs in my face and break them and throw them in the trash, tell me I suck, bro. But these same people was trying to get tickets today, bro. Them same people, but you know, you gotta that's when things get better, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta smile and just forgive, bro, because they don't know. I mean, we were kids, so I don't hold it against nobody. But yeah, I used to watch her, and I remember one day she was crying because things wasn't working out, and I was like, yo, keep pushing. I've been there. And just watching her grind kind of like sparked my grind back up. So it was just like people that inspire me or got the invite because I just see everybody grinding. So, hey, I'm not here alone. So it's just like, I sent those invites so, hey, y'all can hear what y'all inspired. So.
Or, so yeah, you got some, pretty nice writing credits as well.
Not right. Most of those, some of them are writing credits. Like the writing credits, I don't be posting up, but most of those are like people I opened up for, which is still a nice resume.
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
Yeah, Cole. He probably does not remember me. It was a long time ago. I don't even think Cole was Cole. It was like before Born Center. I was like 16. Schoolboy Q also, I was very young. The latest ones I've done for the young kids who's gonna watch is Meg Thee Stallion was fun. Meg is very cool, by the way. Meg is like, people only gonna get with like one side of her, but Meg is very intelligent and she's very, her energy, like, you ever just met people that just energy, you could just see it, like it's a yellow glow around her. She's very cool. Juvenile was very cool. I didn't really get to meet Lil Baby, but he seems like a cool guy. Who else? I was supposed to open up for Jacquees and P&B Rock, but something happened with the school. Didn't get to do that. But see, the people I wrote for you, I really can't tell because I'm supposed to be ghostwriting.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
I wish I could get to it, but just know a lot of these people, they bars came from me.
Word, okay.
Yeah, no, those checks are. And if anybody watching this, you want to be a rapper, don't rap. Write songs for other people. That's where the money is at. The money is in engineering and writing and production.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're also, with the ghostwriting piece. Mm-hmm. Is that like a team effort, or is like you get assigned a
so the last one I did, the first one as a team was me and my homeboy Sam, and we wrote, I don't know who they sent it to. They sent it to Sony, I think. Sam did most of the writing and I just wrote the verse. And everybody gets writing credit when you just put like one word in. But most of my ghostwriting is just verses. I've never wrote a whole song. That's what I'm looking to get into. Once this album drops and I can kind of relax, I'm more into my production, engineering, and writing. But most of mine has just been verses or a couple bars here and there. But yeah, I like the team effort because it's like, you don't have to push your brain and it becomes a vibe. So it's just not like, oh, you just sit in the computer and, just writing. When the whole team won, it was a lot better because it's like we were just bouncing off of each other. Like, no, yeah, bro, switch that. Oh, you right, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So also, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah. So that's what I'm about to get in next, like full-fledged. That's why I say I can't. When the album drops, it's like I get to do so much more other than music. So it's like I'm about to. I'm currently writing a script for 2 scripts. I'm about to start filming. Hopefully, like the goal is to get the 2 shows on Netflix. It's like I want to do Jordan Peele-ish type stuff, like, but I don't want to copy his swag. I want to do like
kind of outside the
stuff
box.
that make you look at perspective. Okay, I want to give you an example. It's not like one of mine, so can't nobody steal it. But it's like, why don't we never hear from Hitler's side of the story? Because we celebrate Christopher Columbus Day, and he killed a bunch of brown people, but we look at Hitler as this devil but we, you know what I'm saying? Why don't we? Nobody ever questioned that. So it's like
you kind of saying forgot guy's name, but the one who did Tupac Must Die, that video.
I know who you talking about, bro. I can't. Basically, you know how Jordan Lucas writes videos. I kind of want to do that, but in film style, like an actual film style of a music video. And it's like nobody ever asked these questions, like the simple thing, like why do we celebrate Columbus and we don't celebrate Hitler? Or, you know, you could write something like, oh, y'all can take this idea, like what the dude that killed Martin Luther King or the woman that allegedly stabbed him in the hospital, what was she going through to take this money? You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever asks those questions, and it's just like, that's how my brain works. Like, okay, so I question everything. Why did that happen? You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of films I want to get into making.
Gotcha. Okay. See, who are some of your inspirations in that realm, or just
Jordan Peele gonna be number one. Jordan Peele, Tyler Perry. I want to make a universe like Walt Disney one day too. Like, not the person. I don't know much about the person, but like the entity that is Walt Disney is like a big inspiration. Who else? Ryan Coogler is another one. Yeah, that's about it. I say yeah, but Jordan Peele definitely. And it's like the way that he did Get Out and the way that he did Us, it's just like you had to watch YouTube videos to catch everything. And I heard that, and I need to go see that Joker movie because I heard the Joker movie is the same way. But it's just like Get Out is like, it was stuff that I watched the interview with him, and they had to point out stuff to him, and he wrote the movie. And he was like, wow, I didn't even think of that. But that's how good the pen was.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
It all just falls in together.
Fact. So yeah, that's definitely one I really want to get into, is like that type of writing.
Okay. And then you got a favorite track off of your album that's coming out?
Hey, he made me choose between my babies.
When it first drops, like everyone go to this one. I mean, listen to it thoroughly, but really tune in.
Dang, shoot. I think I can't choose my favorite because, like I said, they all are a different part. But I think the one that people are definitely gonna gravitate to is Norfolk Knights, and I'm gonna say Norfolk Knights because, you know, it's the most. It's Virginia, like it's a sample, but it's like that Pharrell, Missy Elliott, Timberland 2000s type vibe, but it's like with 2019 drums on it. And then I'm just doing my regular fast flow on it, but I break it up. But I'm rapping about something that we all can relate to, because anybody who's lived in Norfolk that had a Norfolk night, one of them nights, like, dang, I had so much fun, but I should have died last night. But it was so much fun. It's like those nights. So it's basically like me analyze. Like I said, everything is me looking back, and it's like when I was a kid, like 18, whatever, all the parties me and my homeboys went to. And it's like we was mad dangerous. We walking up streets we had no business. Like looking back, if I would tell a kid, yo, don't walk down the streets to these parties and parties we had no business in. And I'm just looking back at it like wow, we was really here. And it's like, this is the greatest time ever though. I don't regret it. Like the first opening lines is, room full of women and I'm feeling like the man. Cut for the liquor, I'm dizzy, can barely stand. A couple mama rappers that I never understand. Tonight I'm feeling lucky, but bump it, I take a chance. My girl in the corner, she looking too damn good. She want a girl herself, but bump it is understood. Cup in the hand, so Rock got her right. She got a couple numbers, but the end of the night, she be coming home with me. The Jordan got her free. Playing Joe to see, pouring in and see, going in so deep. Like, it's just, I'm really, like the whole verse is just me pointing out everything that I remember seeing. It's like, wow, we really did these things. It's like, but now I'm grown. Yeah, and it's like, wow. It's like, I think, that's like the second track. So it's like me painting, like I'm really painting, like wow. And but it's a hype song. So it's like you don't even realize you listening to me painting this picture. And if you hear it at a party, I'm really painting what's around you because I lived this already. So it's like, yes. So I think that's going to be the one. But my favorite track I had to say is it's going to be called, the original title is called Love and Other Imaginary Things. So I didn't want to waste that title, so I put it on the song. And it's like, it's the most simple flow. But it's just like I put 100% of myself on that track.
Okay. And where is the album gonna be available?
Everywhere. If you can hear music, I'm putting it there. It's like, I don't care if it's a free site or I'm getting paid. My thing when it comes to this album, I just want people to hear it. I don't care And I get paid, first of all, I ain't get paid but 0.003 cent because of the way streaming works anyway. So I'm putting it on SoundCloud, Apple, Tidal, wherever you find music at, that's where it's going to be. So it ain't going to be hard to find.
So it's a third of a penny per stream.
Every stream is 0.003 cent, and you got to listen to it. That's why the music business is so messed up. We got to take it back.
You got to listen to it the whole way through or something?
Nah, you can listen to the album the whole way through. I'm still not getting paid as you listen to the whole album.
And I mean, like per stream. Like
so per stream, for me to get a total one complete sale, you have to listen to a song 1,500 times, like 1,500, to get one sale. For me to get that $9.99, that's how many times you have to listen to it.
Oh, word. I thought you meant.
So when you see such and such sold this many, it's really unfair to the artist because like, the baby he only sold 100,000. Back in the day, they used to sell, because you was buying physical CDs. The baby sold only 100,000, which is a lot today. It sold 100,000, but you can throw 100,000 times 1,500. So it's like, dang, we getting cheated today. But so I could care less about getting paid. They just hear it because that's what when I get these shows, that's where I'm gonna get the money from.
Yeah, they're performing.
Yeah.
Word. Okay. Dope. So where can they find you?
Instagram is Juhhad Leone, JuhhadLeone. Twitter's the same. Facebook, you can find me at Jordan Lee, or you can go to my fan page, which is Juhhad Leone Music. Snapchat, we can go Snapchat. OSHAYYY, 4 Ys. My YouTube is, you just type in Juhhad Leone, I'm gonna show up. That's pretty much where you can find me. Apple Music, Tidal, you just type in Juhhad Leone, I'm gonna show up. SoundCloud also.
So is there anything you want to leave the viewers with before we close out?
I got this quote from a guy named Gerald Thompson, and it kind of sums up the whole thing of the album. The album's called Things Get Better. So this quote that he gave me kind of sums it up, and I think I needed to hear it. He said to me, "Every dog has his day. Just keep barking."
Simple,
but it's just like, wow. When he said that, I was like, because I was talking to him about like, don't feel like it's going nowhere. He's like, just keep getting back up. Every dog has his day. Just keep barking. They gonna hear you.
Yeah, salute.
Yeah.
Said Gerald Thompson.
Gerald Thompson.
Word up. Shout out to Gerald.
he gonna like that.
Yeah. So we got Juhhad Leone.
Yes, sir.
Tidewater Waves, and we out.
Shout out to y'all.
Numbers, but the end of the night, she be going home with me. The Jordan got her free. Playing Jodeci, going in so deep, pouring Hennessy. I can taste it on the lips. While that ass is in my grip. She got passion for the dick, gassing me and shit.